Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr in another round here. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and you had some lovely days out there. I had it were a nice couple of days, spending time with the family and calming down, having fun, eating too much, but it was a nice couple of days and I hope you had the same. And I'm thinking, why don't we just again go into tarot missions? I know we we are not going to go into the tarot mission. We have failed in the last episode, so I was actually thinking, sorry, I'm a little bit confused right now, that we just go into a normal mission right now. We can do a tarot mission in, the next couple of days. We still, I guess, have a lot of space and room to get into a couple of episodes until the next content patch, together with a character wipe, a database wipe, will actually arrive. So let's then head into the background. Armored elements of a rebel force are causing death and destruction on the area. Deep auspex scans pinpointed multiple targets, possibly tainted by an unknown power. The elimination of these threats shall be handled by the Holy Order. Orders: engage and exterminate. Eliminate all high-value targets marked on the map to complete the mission. Eliminate all marked targets. And the great part is, again, as it is a hunt, the good thing is that we have to kill rebel tanks, and the reason is why I love killing tanks. They look awesome and we don't deal with them a lot. So with that, let's head into the mission.
The very existence of this filth defiles the Imperium. They may be great in numbers, but if we sever the head, the body will die. Kill their leaders and break their will.
Well, at least you hope that, but actually that is probably the right point to get at there. If the leader dies, or if the leaders die, then stuff like this happens. But I have to say, I love the hunt missions in this game, but I have to say, I guess the leaders of a rebel guard are, I guess, not particularly in tanks like here or in sentinels, so that is actually not that right, although I see the reason going into those things, that they are the targets which can be beefier. Although I have to say that I don't know whether that is going to change in the future or not, that I think that the champions like demons, or like the Baldwins, Organs and all that good jazz, I think they are harder to kill than tanks. For example, with a tank, with a dreadnought, with a decimator, the good thing about dealing with them is that you can get out of the way and they don't deal too much damage there. I think with dealing with a Baldwin, it is so much harder to get out of harm's way, especially if you deal with Orgwins with a shotgun, for example. You have, once they are close, it is not impossible, it is possible, but it is so hard to get out of the way, and that's the reason why I think it's harder to deal with those, mobs and to deal with a tank. Yeah, that's just it. Maybe that is going to be fixed. I hope that's actually going to be fixed. There, I hope for some things which are going to come. I mean, I guess the full release of this game is still a couple of months away, especially now with the delay of the last content patch, which is absolutely fine, by the way. I have said that in a couple of episodes by now, that I rather would say, wait and release the content patch later than sooner, because, that the less bugs it has, then, it's better for the game, it's better for the community, it's better for everyone, so that I actually think they did the right way there. But I hope they are going to change you know, the some things about the how, you know, the enemies actually behave right now. At least that is my humble opinion. I don't know, maybe you think a different way, and maybe, you know, everyone thinks another way. That's just my 10 cents on that. And, you know, still I am wondering, you know, I think the sniper background and the Crusader background, of course, they play a little bit different. If I compare the sniper background with the Crusader background, the biggest difference actually is that you don't hold up so much, and that you have, you know, you have these worlds with you do not have with the Crusader background. But, you know, it doesn't feel like a whole new class, if you want to say it like that. But I hope for the Psycho background, which shall arrive with the new content patch then in January,
is eternal.
that is actually going to be way different than to this, you know, the two classes which have already been released. That's the thing actually with the Steam winter sale going on. I have bought the Van Helsing game, which was cheap, and I wanted to play it before all the time, and even that when there was a PlayStation 4 sale with it, but I didn't buy it back then because it wasn't, you know, there are a couple of expansions, DLC, whatever. I'm not an expert in Van Helsing, so I didn't buy it because it was not all the things released for the PC before, which, you know, the pack on the PlayStation was just the standard Van Helsing 1. I can't remember, sorry. What I wanted to say, actually coming to the point right now, is that I don't know whether there are different classes, but it's but the game from the same developer. So I was hoping to find some insights in that game, you know, like how are there different classes, how do they actually play, like are they different, how does the game look like, how's the feeling of the story, because what you have to say about a single player story you don't really have yet. Of now there is not really, you know, you have your priority assignments, where is in and of itself a very small amount of story, but there is actually a single player plan. So I am not really certain how that is going to be, whether there is going to be a connected story throughout the game, which of course I expect at the game, like, you know, at least for example in Diablo 3, which for me is a prime example for a very good hack and slay. You know, there you had your story, you had really a story which was from A to B, you know, you had your stuff, and it was going on throughout the whole of the game. And on the one hand, okay, it was a AAA title from a AAA studio, so maybe it is unfair to compare newcore games with Blizzard Activision, but you know, it's the same genre, I would say, so you need to compare those two games. But there was a story, and I'm still hoping that newcore games is going to integrate the story. But what I actually wanted to say, sorry that I got distracted there. What I actually wanted to say is that I think when I play Van Helsing, there may be, I am not too certain about that right now, there may be a let's play of Van Helsing. I'm not too sure, but I'm thinking about that right now. If it's going to come, it is going to come in the next couple of days, I guess. If it's not there in 2 or 3 days, it's not going to come, but expect Van Helsing to come to this channel. That is something I wanted to do in Oh, actually, I want to do that 3 months ago. I didn't have the time. And what you can expect, that this game called Eisenhorn Xenos is actually going to come back. Probably in the next couple of days. I have actually already played through the game. I'm finished with it. I've recorded all of it. And it is going to come. You know, not the greatest game of all, I can say it's a little spoiler, isn't it? But not the greatest game, which I have said before. I think I'm, of course, sorry that there was such a time between the last episode and now. I'm really sorry for that. But I hope that is not going to happen again. What I have to say, it is not the best game of all out there, but I had my fun, you know. It really was fun, and I liked the way it was actually perceived, you know. It felt like a novel, to say, because you always have these little passages where Eisenhorn was speaking and then telling, you know, bringing the story further ahead. So that was really, really nice. That is what I enjoyed in this game. And you know, if you like, well, you like the game actually, although some story elements, character animation, and all that stuff, you know, you notice that it's not a AAA title, although you have to say maybe the problem there was as well that it was released on iOS and Android. That was an app, and then it was released for the PC. Maybe, you know, that can be a, you know, that's why it's not the greatest looking game whatsoever. But it was fun, nice, fun, invested time. By the way, what is that for a symbol there? Right there. I for a second thought that was Korn's symbol, but I guess I was wrong there. So getting out of the way. And that is the thing what I'm meaning, it is not hard to deal with this thing.
No pity.
I'm not knowing pity. You can just, you know, dance around it a little bit and nothing is going to happen. Well, anyhow, I don't even know how I got back to this game again. What I want to say is Eisenhorn Xenos is coming back, and we are going to have Van Helsing, the game, the new core game, Van Helsing, the Incredible Stories of Van Helsing, I think it's called, and we are going to have back the Space Wolf game, so that is going to come back in the next couple of weeks. I actually expect it to be back, all of those 3 games. I expect to be here on the channel in the next 1.5 to 2 weeks. So that is actually coming. What I'm at this point actually not too certain about, whether I continue Call of Duty World War II. I guess I'm going to do it, so I have to take a look how I'm going to fill all the slots I'm having available right now. And I'm even thinking of putting Inquisitor, which is, you know, putting it back to a different time slot to, you know, I'm planning right now. I'm having a lot of stuff in my head, so I want to bring so many games, but I can't, because I don't know whether it's good to release too many games on a channel. So I am not certain there right now. So we are only here. Okay, we were there. So we have still a couple of minutes ahead in this episode, I guess. So there you actually see what the difference between a medium-sized hunt, assassination, whatever, and a small one actually is. I have not played a large one before. I'm not certain whether that is for co-op games or for the complete release of the game. By now I have not played a large sized map, so I don't know how that is going to be then. So killing him. What I'm actually surprised, that is what I have been talking about before. On some maps here on this setting right now with the map here, I have had one inoculator supply pack, which we have found by now, one. And I had episodes, I had sessions where I, you know, found 5 of them in mere minutes, and now we have only found one, which I think is at some points weird. So I would like to know how that is actually going to be generated. I think there should be a clear cut in how there are supply packs in different settings, in different missions. This is what I am just thinking there. What I think should be adjusted soonish. That is just what I think. Because, you know, supply packs make the... If you don't find inoculator packs, it, you know, makes on the one hand, of course, the difficult way harder, and you have to kite a lot more. So, now speaking of kiting, sorry that I'm digressing again. I am thinking about bringing StarCraft Run Remastered to the channel. I'm not too certain, and I can't remember whether I already said something in the last episodes. Did I? I'm probably going to bring the single player back because I am pumped to play this game. But first of all, it's going to be Eisenhorn Xenos, and it's going to... Oh, there we have something that's nice. It's going to be Eisenhorn Xenos, it's going to be Van Helsing and the other Space Wolves game, plus, you know, Sanctus Reach and Inquisitor. Of course, those two games are going to go on, and what I'm not certain about is whether I'm going to go on with the multiplayer of Call of Duty World War II, although I have to say it is so much... I am so surprised about Call of Duty. This is such an amazing game. I know I haven't really talked about Warhammer 40k right now, or this game. Although I have to say I don't have too many things to say about this game. I like it, I enjoy it, even at the current state, and I suppose it is going to get better with the next couple of content pages, but patches I actually meant, and Warhammer 40k, actually there are no really big news I am actually aware of, so I can't really talk about that. Although I would, you know, I haven't done that too much in the past, but I actually always like to bring some Warhammer 40k news, what I've read and what I think about the current state. But coming to think about Warhammer, I actually have ordered, you know, some colors for my custodies, and there I was actually really a little bit surprised about the Games Workshop customer service. You know, I ordered the paintings, the colors, and it didn't come. It didn't arrive, and then I sent an email to the support team there, and I actually sent it 2 months later, and I really didn't get the colors, and they were like, you know, oh really, we are really sorry for that, and then they sent the colors again for nothing with a premium shipping. So there I actually was surprised how well they are handling that stuff, and you know, that Games Workshop as well, you know, as much negative stuff you can say about them, you know, being like greedy and all that stuff, but the customer support actually ain't that bad. I don't know why I am telling you guys that, but that is just what moved me in the last couple of days. So, for the new year, or for the end of this year, actually, I have planned to actually now paint my Adeptus Custodies, where I'm really looking forward to.
Severed the head. Now you can watch the body wander aimlessly until it withers and dies.
That we shall do. Alright, here we are. Let's take a look. Oh, we have a sniper rifle now, which is pretty dope, I guess. So let's see whether... Oh, well, yes, not too bad. So let's then take a look right here. We had that sniper refill, which is no upgrade at all. The pistol, I don't use pistols right now. I hope for so much, but not really anything. 16 could be a upgrade. Let's see. Yes, 16 is a upgrade. The purity seal is no up. Well, heavy general. Yeah, no. Alright, that, guys, brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you had, you know, a nice Christmas time. And, well, we will see us in the next episode. As I said before. Did I say it before? I don't even know. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day. Stay frosty. Bye.